God, Kira.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Welcome to the S3E46 podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books to entertainment to self-help, and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kira.
And I'm Catalin.
We gotta keep that in.
So over it.
We gotta keep
Oh
that
my
in.
gosh. Oh no, that's not getting cut out. 100%.
Cold
That's saying.
open.
Cold open. Anyways, what it is, host? What's up? What's up?
Seen that I think it was a Vine actually, and she's like in the bathroom and she's trying to show like her like Pokemon ball, and she's like, "I'm recording," and she's like, "Look what I got, Pika Pika, bitch." I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Whenever someone says I'm recording, that's all I think about.
Oh my god. Pika Pika bitch. Anyways, I'm sure as you guys can tell by the title, this is another chit chat. So, what does that pose? As I said in the beginning, there's no topic,
rhyme or reason for this.
Shockingly, we do actually have some things on our outline for this one.
We do.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
Well, Kira and I, yeah.
Yes. Before we get into those, we're going to do our quenchable moments. And if you're new here, a quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that has happened to us over the last week or so that we want to share with each other and with you. So, to start us, Catalin, what was your quenchable moment this week?
I ordered some new clothes from Old Navy.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. The shirt's one of them.
Cute.
It's like a Henley. It's a Henley
I feel like
shirt.
you never order yourself things, so I'm happy for you. Other than like
I also have the new jeans on.
Love it.
I'm sad I can't wear them to work because they're distressed.
Yes.
But you can see part of my newest tattoo through them, and it makes me really happy.
Ooh.
I'm gonna risk it going to my parents later today.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Do it. Live your life.
Love it. Proud of you.
I mean, they still don't know, but
at this point, they can get over it.
It's a game. Anyways,
yeah.
I have new clothes.
I love that for you. You deserve new clothes. Back to school shopping, you know?
Yes, it was back to school sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Victoria, what was your quenchable moment? Why do you do that? Why do you just like slow?
You can tell she'd been waiting.
Just a slow raise.
Because I can. So I got some new travel bottles. Yes, I know. I just got some like last year.
No, you guys,
they weren't.
Is she on the in between portion where we're not recording? She's sitting there showing us how the fucking bottle's open. She goes,
which I'm going to show them also. But yeah, the ones that I had just were not working, and I realized that the sizes that I got, it was like way too much, and it just wasn't great. And as we know, I'm a very efficient packer. I like for things to be done a specific way. So I found these bottles, and they're the little like rotate to open, which is also great because the ones that I had before just had like a cap, and I could never keep the cap on them because it just wasn't secure. So I was just getting shit all over the places. So yeah, I got these. Unfortunately, though, one came with the incorrect base, so I have to contact the seller and be like,
fix it.
Square, round peg, square hole. Does not work. So
does not work.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my quenchable moment. I like having things nicely organized, and
we know
I'm gonna have another year of a lot of trips, so
we are very aware of your organization needs.
Nice and organized. Anyways, Kira, what was your quenchable moment this week?
So my quenchable moment is that, again, while summer was here, we went to the Ripped Bodice in Los Angeles. Oh, and if you guys know of the Ripped Bodice, they just opened a new store in Brooklyn, New York as well, which is very exciting because they're finally growing. And I got a couple of things while I was there. I figured, I'm trying not to spend a lot of money, especially I haven't really bought any books recently. But if I'm going to be there, I should get something to like commemorate me being. I'm like, when's the next time I'm going to be at this bookstore, So I got this cute sticker that says the Ripped Bodice, and they had a ton of different options. I just like this one the best because it had a bunch of different stuff on it. I got one of the page holders.
Oh, nice.
For
those
a book.
Are so much fun to use.
I was like, I've been wanting one of these for so long, and they just had them. just right there. And I'm like, I'm gonna get this. And I got a book. I while I was there. Just one. Summer got a bunch. But we both got this book together, and it is the Encyclopedia of Fairies.
I have that book.
You do?
Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, oh my god, I've been wanting to read this. And I didn't realize that it is just like it's all printed on the actual hardcover case. So there's no dust Jeff. I love it. Love it so much. And I've been wanting to read it because I think Debbie read it recently and she really liked it. I did find out though that it is not a standalone. Just a heads up.
Ooh.
I know. Summer and I were like,
woof.
We were buying it. We're like, but
it's so pretty.
It is. It's gorgeous. Has to do with fairies. There's a slow burn. You know, I love that shit. It's just such a pretty book.
It is.
It's just, so I was like, I have to get it. If there's one book that I get here, it's this. But the store was absolutely gorgeous. I didn't really get any content in it, but I did get a picture of me in front of it. So, when you guys visit me in California next, whenever that is, I will take you to the Ripped Bodice and we can explore it together because it's gorgeous. But that is my quenchful moment. I really want to go to the Brooklyn one too, and there's a bunch of other like really cute romance bookstores in San Diego too that I want to go to. I just really love that. That's like a thing now. It's like a bookstore just for romances.
Romance.
Like. That's so amazing. I love it so much. Oh my god. And the Ripped Bodice, I was really excited to go there because I did talk about them in my master's thesis as well. So
yes, you did.
Did you tell them that?
No, because the owners weren't there. They were in New York doing
the opening.
Yeah, but I did tell the two girls that were ringing us up. They were really cool. One of the girls, she had read Fourth Wing and she crocheted an Andarna, which is one of the dragons in it. And I'm like, that's so cute. And so when you read it,
I'll make you something.
Please.
I don't crochet.
I was gonna
make
be like,
you something.
Can you make me Fourth Wing things, please?
Yeah, I will.
So it was just so fun. And it was just like the area was just so pretty too. So
yeah,
very exciting that I got to go there finally.
Yeah, nice.
That's my quenchful moment.
Cute. So as you guys know, I've been on a health journey, and with that, I've been looking for tools and products to help me get my health back in check. One of the things I've really been focusing on is staying hydrated, and a product that's really helped me with that is Liquid IV. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than with water alone. It's also come in super clutch when I'm out and about, and I realize I haven't hydrated well enough. Plus, it's super convenient to keep in my bag or in my car in case of an emergency. Right now, you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code STAYTHIRSTY at checkout. That's 20% off of anything you order when you shop for better hydration today using promo code STAYTHIRSTY at liquidiv.com. Stay thirsty, bitches. Well, on to some other things. I know you want to talk about Rush, so
Girl,
it's all over my For You page.
I'm gonna bring up my little thing really quick because I get
that's also all over my For You page, and Rachel can kick fucking rocks at this point in time, in my opinion.
I don't know what.
So what I wanted to talk about was the Snow White discourse. Again, just so everybody knows, we are recording this in a time where the SAG-AFTRA strike is happening. We are not talking specifically about the movie. We are talking about interviews pre-strike that the cast from the Snow White live action movie did.
And that are now coming to light on social media.
Yes. So the actress who is playing Snow White and Gal Gadot, who is playing the evil queen. I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of the actress playing Snow White. She was in West Side Story.
West Side Story.
She's the actress, the lead actress from West Side Story. But they did an interview where they were talking about how this is a different version.
Rachel Zegler.
And how Snow White is not dreaming about finding true love or romance. She's dreaming about being the leader that she knows she can be. And the reason why this has caused so much discourse is because a big issue with some feminists is that they believe that the right type of feminism is to be the strong leader. Like, you don't need a man, you don't necessarily want to have
I
kids. And true feminism is the belief that women should be treated equally to
it's about
men.
equity. It's about
It's about
equity
equity,
at the
regardless of
base.
how your personal future looks. If that's you being the high powered attorney or the CEO, the boss babe, cool. If it's you being the stay at home mom, also cool. You still deserve
Love
equal
that.
rights
Also a strong
regardless.
woman. I could never
Yes,
be a stay-at-home mom. I could
exactly.
no. Cannot.
So people are upset because it's taking away the representation of the girls who just want to find love, who just who that is their source of happiness.
I saw a TikTok and this girl I felt kind of explained it really well that they are going so far into feminism, and I am a feminist, like through and through. Like, look at my fucking degrees. They are going so far into feminism that they are wrapping back around, and it's like misogynistic, like in the feminine sense.
It's turned toxica.
Like it,
Yeah.
And I think my biggest issue is the attitude that Rachel has in these interviews is just like so. It seems so demeaning towards women who are, you know, looking for. There's nothing wrong with like looking for true love. Like I think we're all at some point like we want to feel loved. You know, I think that that's a universal feeling. But she's like, it's not 1937, and they put emphasis on this man who's basically a stalker, and he's literally not. He's in it for 2 seconds in the beginning of the original film, and then like 5 minutes at the end. Like this man is not there. Like, no. So, and like just the way that she talks about her male counterpart in the film and how he could get cut from everything, like that's Hollywood. It's just the way that she has been portraying herself. And I've been getting a lot of these TikToks of TikTok creators, one being like, dude, I want to be swept off my feet. I want true love.
Yeah.
I want a man to just like come and like, whoo, sweep me off my feet and go do shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. I'm like, I love being an independent girly. I love knowing I can take care of myself. But if a man walked up to me and said, do you want to be my stay-at-home wife? I'd be like, fuck yeah, you gonna buy me all the books I want? I'll stay at home and do whatever you need. Like, please. Please.
Absolutely.
But I've also been getting a lot of people, you know, doing compilations of Rachel's interviews as being Snow White and putting them into comparison with every other woman who has done these adaptations. Save for the Mulan one. I have not seen any interviews with that one. But like specifically with Hallie's. Like specifically with Little Mermaid. Like that one I think is the best adaptation just because we didn't see anything new added to it. It was they just expanded on things. And so the way that Rachel is like portraying this film, I'm sorry, Disney is going to flop with this if they're going to continue on with her as the actress.
I personally really loved seeing the interviews from Cinderella.
Yes.
Because again, that is another Disney princess that is the
She's
princess
the
that is rescued, that is swept off her feet. And in the live action, it's still, she's a strong character. She knows herself. She knows that she has a general idea of what she wants for her future. But she isn't diminished by being quote unquote saved by the prince. She's not less in any way. And I think that's the issue that people have, is that they're making it seem like Snow White is less than for wanting to have happily ever after with a husband and falling in love, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And I saw this review that a TikToker did, kind of going in depth on like the princesses, and you can really see it with like the princesses through the 90s into the early aughts. A lot of Cinderella was like the blueprint following Sleeping Beauty. Like a lot of princesses, their storylines are very similar to Cinderella if you look at it baseline. And so obviously with these live actions, they're trying to move away from that, but it seems like with certain ones they are doing too much to be like, no, like women are strong and they don't need men. And it's like, yes, we understand we don't need men in our lives. Like we know we're strong, independent people. We're not fucking stupid.
But sometimes we
Mhm.
want them
Like
for whatever reason.
we want, and it's not even like the
Unfortunately.
man aspect. It's like we want to feel that love from anyone.
Mhm.
However, whatever way you go, your vibes, that's you. But
Mhm.
like it is okay to be using your life to search for that true love. That's okay if that's what you want. And I think, again, back to like the feminist aspect, it's like people put too much pressure on extreme female viewpoints that make feminism so negative. And this is why men, toxic men, are like feminism is bad and blah 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 blah. And it's because of these types of viewpoints when it's like and we saw this recently with book talk and the hockey teams and everything. Listen, I called it from the fucking beginning. We all know it. If women don't want to be sexually harassed, we should not be doing that to men.
Can't be doing it to men.
At the very base of all of this, at the very base of femininity, it is equity across the board. Whether you're a man, a woman, a they, them, whether you are gay, straight, bi, pan, however you see yourself, whatever race you are, black, white, indigenous, equity across the fucking board. That's what we want, no matter what, is for all of us to just be on a fucking equal playing field and not be treated differently because of the way we look, because we're not a cis hetero white male. So when you go and you are in the public eye like this, and Rachel is young, you know, she got the job for West Side Story when she was 17, I think. Like, she's in her early 20s, I believe. Like, she's still young. She still has a lot to learn. But when you are in such a public space and you are making these types of statements so intensely, you need to understand the repercussions that you are going to face when doing so.
Exactly.
So I feel very passionate about this.
No, I agree. I'm 100% with you. I don't need a man to save me, but that doesn't mean that I would be mad if one did.
I would love to have a partner who wants to take care of me.
Yeah,
Please,
and that wouldn't diminish me as right. That would not diminish any of us as a strong, capable person to have someone else care for us. Everyone needs someone to take care of them.
My only thing is, as long as you are able to wash your own dishes and clean your own clothes, what do you need done? Please. You want me to stay at home? Yeah. Sure. I'll do it. Say fucking less.
If it, and I know for sure if it weren't for the strikes that people would come out and do more interviews and try and correct what is going on, but they're just gonna have to sit because they can't talk about it and promote or anything. So but yeah, I wanted to talk about the discourse around those comments, and you know, because it did not sit right with me, and it felt really yucky. We don't need to be putting other women down for having those aspirations. So anyways, Rush talk or Girl. Alabama Rush.
Rush talk. I don't want to focus specifically on Bama Rush, but Bama Rush is definitely like the most notable when you're talking about Rush talk. So this episode is coming out.
No Bama Rush. I've gotten all the other sororities.
I'm getting a lot of other ones, but I think because I follow someone from last year's Bama Rush, I've been getting a lot more Bama Rush this year. So this episode is coming out late September. We're recording it mid-August. So it is today specifically is Pref Day at Alabama, University of Alabama. Tomorrow is bid day.
Don't know what that means, but sure.
It's when the girls get picked by a house.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I know for me, like I've never, like my undergrad and my grad school, they didn't have Greek life. So I was never able to like participate in it. I found out though that Summer was in one and that she was the president her senior year.
Oh my.
She was in Chi, which is Chi Omega, I want to say.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's the acronym is CAIO.
Yeah.
Just learned that. I personally believe that I would be a tri-delt if I was in the Greek system. I think they're the coolest ones.
I didn't fit the Greek system at my school, so
I would have
Greek
gone
life?
to an HBCU. So
And that's like really interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen, but on HBO Max, which is now Max, there is a documentary called Bama Rush. Doesn't focus a lot on Bama Rush just because the Rush system is very secretive.
Mhm.
And it kind of focuses a lot on certain girls leading up to Bama Rush and on the director. And she has alopecia, she has no hair, and just kind of how we've all experienced some form of rushing, but in like different areas of our life. How she had to get over this fear of people knowing that she was bald and stuff, and just like
Mhm.
not fitting in, because that's the whole point of like Rush. Ultimately, like being in Greek life, just like Carolyn just said, you have this idea that you have to fit into this like mold,
Mhm.
especially especially if you're in Alabama.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they have Panhellenics, which is normal sorority life that people know of, the white girls, all those things, but that University of Alabama also has Divine Nine, which is all black sororities.
I've seen the step. I saw the step thing from Divine Nine. I was like,
so good.
holy shit, so good.
But there's like, there's certain black girls that are in this documentary, and one of them was like, she was, I think, in Tri Delta, or she was in one of the top tier Greek houses. And she said because she came from a half white household,
Mhm.
that she felt that she didn't fit in with the Divine Nine, because it felt like they all came from a certain life experience that she did not have because she lived in a white
Yes.
household. So, and I'm
this
like,
is something that's something
makes
that a
sense.
lot of biracial people struggle with.
And another girl who is rushing, it was also biracial. And both girls, it was their mom who was white.
Mhm.
So this other girl who was going into rushing, she's like, they asked, like, have you looked at Divine Nine? She's like, no, just because it's never anything I've ever wanted. I've wanted to be in the Panhellenic house. And I think that has a lot to say of just like both sides of it. It's like you have to fit in, you feel like you have to fit into these molds
Mhm.
of Greek life, and then
Mhm.
Divine Nine.
Yeah.
And
I was just too poor, and then hearing about how everyone talked about the
so
sororities,
expensive.
I was like,
Yes.
because like
I've
there are
been
the
seeing a
sayings
lot
that
of
go
like,
around.
Oh my god, no,
That adds
specifically with Bama Rush, it's they have this thing called the Machine. And it's like this secret society within Greek life, and basically
Mhm.
they determine who wins like voting things like homecoming queen and valedictorian. Like they determine like who is in like top roles within the school. I'm like, this is fucking insane.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. The
They
thing that
are
I
like, you're voting for this person, and that person goes back to their house and says, we all have to vote for this person.
Ugh.
Oh
And if
yeah.
you
No,
don't,
I
the
don't know
machine's
about
going
any
to
of
come
that.
for you.
I just remember the sayings that everyone would say about the different
Man,
sororities. They're not nice.
the thing that I see the most, I've been seeing a lot of the like what's in my rush bag
Mm-hmm.
and the rush outfits.
The OOTDs.
I specifically saw this one where the girl's outfit was like $6,000, and she had those
They're
fucking goose shoes. The
the
ones that
golden
are like,
goose.
that are pre-distressed. I was like,
Yeah.
please don't make a mockery of poor
Mm-mm.
people. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's gross.
I get
It's
a lot of the dance
it's
from
the rings and bracelets that are like hundreds of dollars just a piece, and I'm like,
Yeah.
me?
Or like I've also been seeing a lot of the ones where they're all like in front of the sorority, and like 4 or 5 of them are doing it like some kind of
The
dance routine.
dance.
those are the ones
Just
Those
I've
are
been
in
so
getting.
this
those are
sea of
during
white
white
blonde.
there was a TikTok and the girl was like, no, we're making progress.
It's
There are some
brunette.
brunettes.
That's in there.
There was some brunettes in there. Yeah.
And I've actually been getting some black girls on my TikTok who are in these
Yeah.
sororities. Specifically, there's a couple that are in Zeta who are coming on my page. So that was, you know, different to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a lot of, especially it's Alabama. There's white blonde chickies everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those dances happen during work week. So if like you're already like a member of the sorority, you have an extra week before rush week even starts where you're doing all of this stuff to like prepare for these people to come in. And like rushing is just like so
It's a
intense.
lot.
I could never.
No,
I
would
would
never.
not.
It's
Like
it's too much.
It's too
I don't have
much.
the patience for it.
And depending on what school you're at, like it's so expensive. Like Summer was saying, she's like, I think my dues were like $60 a semester because she has a small school, and so it was like not that much. But at Alabama, you are paying like $5,000 a semester.
Yeah.
And that's
Well, like,
not even living in the house yet.
Some of our sororities, so our sorority, like my school is pretty small, but some of like our sororities obviously had houses, and a lot of them required like your second year you had to live in the house.
Yeah,
and it
all
was just as
sophomores have
much
to live in the
house. Not all of ours required that, but a lot of them did. But like it was just as much to live in the house as it was the dorms, which is insane to me. But
I know
I don't
in Alabama,
remember-
I think it's a thing where the sophomores have to live in the house because they're the
Yeah.
recruiters.
Yeah, I don't remember Greek life at Wichita State.
I lived by some sorority and frat houses. That's the
Yeah.
only reason why
I
know.
don't have Greek life in any of my
Yeah.
schools.
I
I
think
wanted.
I mean,
I
they throw some
really
good
wanted to
parties.
rush. I really wanted to be in Greek life
Oh,
when I was in high
I
school.
know you say you can't do it, but you would thrive in
I
Greek
think
life.
rushing
Yeah.
would be really intense for me, and then I think I would have a lot of anxiety about like the money. But I would do really well with all the activities. I know I would. I have the personality to be in a
Yeah, no.
sorority for sure.
It was the
100%.
dues, and then I worked on campus, and like all the rush stuff, I would have had to like miss work and stuff. And I was like, well, I have to pay rent, so
Yeah, and I think what's also interesting this time around, we're getting a lot of I'm getting specifically a lot of people on my TikTok page who don't fit the mold specifically. They don't have like that look, but they're still like excited and they're being successful in it. And so it's really great to kind of see these people being like their genuine selves and going through this process. But also I'm getting a lot of TikToks of girls being like, I dropped rush. And I feel like I don't see that a lot either. You don't really hear about people like you hear them getting dropped, but I've never really seen a lot of people talk about dropping specifically because they just don't enjoy it anymore.
yeah.
And I think that's been like just another really interesting part of this whole thing.
Yeah,
getting
I
that
think
insight.
what's been funny for me is seeing people choose their character and pick their favorite rush person,
Favorites, yeah.
and seeing how the sororities then handle those people specifically, because you can tell that they are being influenced by the masses and how much people like them.
There's two specifically right now at Bama Rush. It is Bama Morgan and Bella Grace. And a lot of big brands have been posting TikToks of them watching these girls, and specifically big brands that are sellers to this sorority life, like the pants store, like Telly Ties, like there's one other store that there's a couple of other places that are like making content about these two specific girls, and they're just like, you better put them in their top house, basically. I love Bella Grace. All of her but TikTok start with "Good morning," and I'm like, oh, you are so cute. I'm just like, oh, you're so precious little beans. So it's like you really do pick like your top favorites. My favorites are the ones who are just like, I got this off of Amazon. This is my mom's dress. I'm like,
The real life
yeah,
girls.
that's the vibe. Like that's
Yeah.
me. There's a girl that comes on and she's like wearing this dress and she's like, this is where I got the dress. Someone looked it up. It's like $2,000 for this dress. I'm like,
Yeah, it's insane.
No, thank
I
you.
can't.
Yeah. It's something. It's definitely interesting to see this it's this piece of this universe, especially one that I have never seen and have never been a part of. And
And it's just
I
like
got
these
to
girls are
I
so
explained it to my mom the
young.
other day. Yeah, they're very young.
It's I'm
But
looking at it specifically right now watching this Rush. They're Riley's age.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like thinking of Riley going through Rush, and I'm like, I would fucking kill her if she acted like this.
Oh yeah, no, it's wild. But I explained all of it to my mom because she was like, I don't understand what's going on, and I'll be honest, I was a little aggravated with her because she was being very anti-woman in that moment. And be like, oh, they're just gonna go
Mom.
off and do nothing and just marry rich. And I was like, yeah, some of them will. If that's what they want to do, then that's their prerogative. But it's not all of them.
I will
But
say
yeah.
a sidebar to Rush. One, University of Washington and Washington State University just started rushing this week, so I'm finally getting all of theirs on my TikTok page. But specifically seeing the people who might be rushing but are also doing like band or the cheer team or the dance team, and them like having to stack all these things together. Specifically, I've been getting a lot of TikToks from this one girl who's a Crimsonette, which is basically a majorette, the girls with, like the batons and stuff for Alabama. And so it's just been like really interesting to see how different groups kind of do these inductions. So
yeah,
wild.
and
My university's Greek life got kicked off campus for like 2 years. So
Nice.
yeah,
Support
I'm.
that.
Oops. Don't haze. Don't go through hazing.
Don't go
Oh
through
yeah,
hazing.
don't do that. Oh, we did have Greek life. It no, just kidding. That was a JMU. Anyways, yeah, let us know. Gosh, let us know if you guys are up to date on any of the Rush stuff. Chime in on the discourse around Snow White right now. We would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm hoping with this trend of Rush that we start seeing HBCU content. How they're oh my god, I cannot talk right now. Give me just 1 second to take a sip of water. And how their systems work. Because I really love seeing the stuff for the Divine Nine and how the step teams are. But yeah, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. You can talk to us in a multitude of places, including the Discord server. So, but yeah, for now, Kira, will you take us out with an affirmation?
I will. So today's affirmation is I give myself permission to be gentle with myself through transitions.
Aw.
I think it's perfect for, the discussions that we had today. And
yeah,
everyone, if you're young or if you're not and you're going through these big transitions, like starting college at any age, it's hard. So we support you and you got this.
Yeah. Be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in on Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all new episodes. Make sure to subscribe and follow our socials listed in the description. Please make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for the podcast to help boost us across platforms. Have a lovely day. And remember, stay thirsty, bitches.